from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Hope you enjoyed the long Thanksgiving weekend. Lots to talk about today on ESPN Wisconsin. Still reacting to the Packers' Thanksgiving Day victory over the Detroit Lions. At 8-3-1, the Packers currently a wild card team in the NFC playoff picture with the Chicago Bears in the number 1 seed position. Lots to discuss on that front, including on Wilde and Tausch, coming up next on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The Bears, of course, the Packers' next opponent as they prepare for their first clash of this season Sunday at Lambeau Field. Game time was adjusted to 3:25 kickoff coming up on Sunday of this week. We have plenty to get you set for the game all week long here on 100.5 ESPN. College football Badger season is done. They fall 17-7 to the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the battle for the Axe. And that's a wrap on 2025. The Badgers finish 4-8. Plenty to talk about. Live streaming 6 to 7 o'clock tonight. The Barry Alvarez Show on YouTube.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Monday edition. We did a show on Friday. In case you missed it, you can find it on ESPN Wisconsin app.
Spotify.
We're working on that. So we don't have a game to react to, and we take calls on Monday. What are we going to take calls on edition? I totally forgot what time the Badgers were playing on Saturday until I got an alert with my ESPN app that said Badgers lose to Gophers 17-7. Completely missed it. Curious what I missed. We'll have to check in with the Badgers Radio Network Analyst edition. And the Packers Bears for first place in the NFC North? You kidding me? That's Sunday at Lambeau Field edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, the aforementioned ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jace Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson's in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. From his undisclosed location, not only is he the Badgers radio network color analyst, he's also the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for asking. How was that Badger game that I missed?
I wouldn't say it was shocking. Kind of rivalry game.
Snowy.
I think everybody that was kind of thinking that we had, turned a monster corner offensively just hasn't been watching. So it was kind of the way that, you ask the defense to do a lot, and then you ask them to do a little bit more, and then you ask them to do a little bit more, and then you ask them to do a little bit more, and eventually, it just didn't hold up. So a disappointing end to what would have been a really promising month of football in November, but a lot of work to do. There is a lot of work to do within what we want to do as a program, and I think Saturday was probably a good reminder that we still have a lot of work to do.
But did you get to watch Landman on the short flights to and from Minnesota?
No, it's the same. They had the first 3 episodes on, so I'm kind of stuck. And I don't know with the way the sports calendar lines up for our kids, I don't know if we're going to be able to get another trip. I'm looking at potentially end of March to be able to watch the last 3 episodes of Landman. Like, that's where I'm looking right now.
Because because Paramount Plus is in the same category as Peacock, you refuse to get it?
No. You don't listen to the show. Jesse, tell him why that's not the case.
I do listen to the show. I was trying to get you to tell people that maybe don't know why on earth someone who likes a show this much wouldn't watch it when it is available.
I just told you we're not going to be able to travel and go anywhere, and it's an airplane only show for me.
That would be the piece of information I was seeking. Thank you.
Well, that's literally what I just said.
You never said that. No. You never said I only watch it on airplanes.
We've got Paramount. You're welcome to come over and watch Landman anytime in our basement.
Jesse, we have Paramount too. That's not the case.
Watch the good one on Peacock.
So no.
All her fault. Good one
I
on Peacock.
watched Cheers.
Yeah.
We had. I got to give our director of football ops, Johnny Richter. He is money. Like, he is the best in the business at what he does. Because I thought, are we going to have to stay in Minneapolis? Because the snow came down pretty good, and obviously anyone in the greater Madison area, and I got back, I think I had a foot of snow on my Chevy Tahoe, and I did not put a snow scraper in my car. So pretty tough spot, but it was nice and fluffy. It was a good fluffy snow.
Good fluffy snow this weekend, yeah.
And I always want to remind people to thank our snowplow drivers because we have the. I don't know if there's a state that does a better job of plowing roads and getting that. Because I got from the airport to the crib, no problem. Now, the driveway, because my whole family was gone, not great. I put in 4-wheel, plowed through, but I had to get up yesterday. I did some ESPN National yesterday at noon.
Ooh.
So prior to that, we had some people coming over to drop some stuff off. I had to get out with my one leg and get out and shovel the walkway and throw a little salt down so we could get the stuff loaded into the house. So I wasn't all that pleased about that. Now today my knee is real stiff because of it. So all of that into account, we got back on Saturday night at like 10 o'clock, which was phenomenal, judge it based off of how all that played out. So I couldn't complain about that at all.
Plenty of time to snowblow.
But to answer your question, we had to get de-iced and everything else. So I got to watch 4 episodes of Cheers. And, boy, that show just stands the test of time, man.
What?
Stands the test of time. Yeah, I was footballed out. Like, I didn't want to watch any more football, and I think the game that I wanted to watch, Illinois, the guy next to me had the Illinois game on, so I could kind of watch that as I wanted.
Oh, kind of.
And I just wanted to sit back and watch
deal.
Normie and Cliff. I had 2 screens. So Normie and Cliff and Sammy and Woody and the boys and Carla. That was fantastic. So I enjoyed my
What
ride
season was it? Were they early episodes, later episodes?
It was right when when Sam had sold the bar and Diane left. So I don't know what year that was.
Pivotal
that was,
moment in the series.
Rebecca Howe was just getting in, and Sammy was chasing after her, and she was kind of refuting his charms. So the whole show was good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. A lot of Woody Harrelson in the episode you got to watch, or was that?
He played a part. Yeah, he played a part.
All right. So while Tausch was watching Cheers, I don't know how much NFL he watched yesterday, but we need to get caught up on where the league stands and where the Packers stand in it. It would appear that the NFC is wide open. And I believe after Thursday's game, which the Packers won 31-24 at Ford Field over the Detroit Lions, Tausch proclaimed the Packers a definitive Super Bowl contender. They got a little help yesterday.
Are you not declaring that the case?
No, I'm just trying to recap what people may have missed.
No, I'm asking you though. Are you declaring that too? I definitely have.
Well, I don't make declarations. I believe that they are a Super Bowl contender. Yes, I agree with you.
So that is a declaration.
But it was on social media. It was a declaration. It was like
and you agree with it. So you in turn are declaring.
Did I miss a meeting? Yes.
No, I'm asking, Jesse, is that not – because what I don't want to do is mince words. Like, it is what it is. The Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl contender, and you're right. The NFC's wide open. Carolina Panthers. Remember when everybody went blank and blank crazy because we lost to Carolina at home?
Indeed. Yeah.
Well, the best team, the juggernauts of the NFC. And listen, Matthew Stafford and the Rams deserve all the love. I said on Green Bay game, or that wasn't Green Bay game day. It was ESPN, whatever we called the show at noon to 4 yesterday. As the show starts, I tell old boy, I said, "Hey, be
who's
alert."
Old boy? Gabe?
The guy hosted the guy. No, Gabe is at 4 to 8, which is what I had been doing. But Orlando came back, so I was on yesterday, and it was the Carolina Panthers.
Who's
Orlando Franklin? Yeah, I think he's. Orlando Franklin.
Orlando Franklin says unbelievable a lot. It's my scouting report on Orlando Franklin.
Well, the old boy from yesterday, every point I made, he was on board with. He said, absolutely agree. And
Must be nice to have a co-host who does that for you.
A new favorite in the Tausch co-host league.
Well, and he would also he would have declarative statements. But what I said yesterday at noon was, beware of Carolina Rams because holiday weekend, long travel slog. The Rams are feeling themselves a little bit. They play for 3 time zones over. You started at noon. And then the Rams go down and score 7. Everybody's like, oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. An interception, a pick 6. And the mighty Rams fell. I still believe that the Rams, as we sit here today, are probably the most complete team in the NFC. But to act as if Green Bay's not right there with them, and for everybody that was writing off the Packers after the Panthers, which, by the way, I don't blame you for, having some negative thoughts. This week-to-week league, we react, fans react, I love it, but let's just look at this thing big picture. Everybody's flawed, and the Green Bay Packers are right at the top of the list in the NFC now. There is no tiers anymore. It's Bears, Rams, Packers, and then if you want to put Seattle and San Fran maybe a tier below or right with them, fine. As I said, this will be the most important 1 seed in the history of the NFC because any of these teams can beat any of them. Well, they can. And to have to go on the road, does Green Bay want to have to go and be a 5 seed and go play at Tampa in round 1 of the playoffs? I don't want to. Not if everybody's healthy. Do you want to go and have to play at Philly if you're a 6? Or at Dallas if you're a 6? Or do you want to go play, at Chicago if you're a 7? Or do you want to sit at home as a 1 and let these boys beat them up and then come back and maybe get to play the Bears or someone else if you're at that 1 spot? This season, with the way it's all condensed, and everybody's got their flaws and everybody's got their days, not having to play and having that opportunity to host everything through your city and only having to do it twice is the biggest advantage we've ever seen in the NFC playoffs. That's my take.
Bill in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments, listen to Tausch for 4 hours yesterday on ESPN National Scoreboard Show. A lot less grouchy. So I don't know what that means.
Oh, snap.
Is that
Just
a
wait,
compliment
who said that?
to you?
Bill?
That's Bill.
Bill said that?
Bill says that.
A lot less grouchy.
So that makes me wonder if I bring
I'm
up
not
worse
grouchy.
than you?
Well, Jason, you make a declarative statement, then you won't declare it. So, and you always are complaining that I don't ask your opinion enough. Yeah. And then I ask your opinion, and you start beeping like a semi backing up to unload produce at a grocery store. Like, come on now.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Coming next
It did.
on ESPN Radio.
Jesse,
Game day,
is that not what
something
happened?
or another with Tausch and some guy. That is from Tucker in Wausau.
That is kind of how that is. I think that's kind of how
Can't
that
wait
show
to promote the
went
next show.
We'll get further into the
kinda
NFC playoff picture and what the Rams loss to the Panthers means, other than the fact that the Packers lost to the Panthers doesn't look so bad right now, does it? After we make a declarative statement about how much we love Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you know what? It can be difficult to find a good bargain during the holiday season. You know what? Ensure that your home will remain comfortable before that brutal post-holiday winter. We already got hit with snow. It's cold. Make sure that money is staying in your house. Make sure you have Pella Windows and Doors in there. And Santa is magical. But those elves, it's that time of year where we rip on elves
Oh, no.
and talk about how great Pella's elves are instead. Santa's elves aren't qualified to build Pella's windows. We need Pella's elves to do that. So instead of going through the big red guy, take advantage of that 0% for 0% interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Pella's elves install year-round, and they finish installation in as little as a day, not like Santa's elves that take all year to do it. Hurry up, though. This deal ends December 31st, so schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com.
We will get it
on the Santa's elves.
What does Gina have against Santa's elves?
I'm not sure. I know, listen, with all of the customizations and everything, you can't just have some randoms doing the installs and doing all that stuff, right? You got to have the professionalism that Pella's coming with. But, yeah, December's always tough on Santa's elves. That's a tradition unlike any other.
We will get further into the NFL and the NFC's playoff picture. There are rumors that the Badgers radio network analyst might join us on the phone later in the program.
Oh, we haven't had him on this season. Been busy.
I know Jesse's been trying very hard to book him for the program, but I don't think that's been fully decided yet. What I have decided, we're going to figure out a way to get calls, because that's what we do on Mondays. I'll ask you a question to hopefully spur those calls.
Okay.
Can you make any statements? Declarative statements?
It's Wilde and Tausch.
I do declare!
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, reminding you there's no better product and no better taste than delicious Grassland butter. Well, I hope you enjoyed your Turkey Day feast and may still be enjoying those savory leftovers, complete with the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Grassland has been producing the highest quality butter for more than 5 generations, since 1904. And the team at Grassland sure is thankful for all the hardworking dairy farmers right here in Wisconsin that help produce the highest quality ingredients that give Grassland its pure and delicious flavor. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Check out creative new recipes in time for the holidays at grasslandbutter.com. And remember, there is no better product and no better taste than Grassland Dairy. Crafting butter for 5 generations.
We're on the Badgers
This is where probably the program mindset has to change.
because we're on Wisconsin sports.
What we probably have to do is ante up for unproven and bet on future success, not on past.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
The holidays are busy. Meals to make, gifts to wrap, parties to host. When it's finally time to unwind, make it blissful with Carbless. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor with every sip. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. While it may be frozen outside, it's always flawless with Carbless. No guessing and no compromise. So whether you're celebrating with friends, hosting the crew, or relaxing by the fire, bring bliss to your holiday gatherings. Carbless, full of flavor, guilt-free enjoyment.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
It's a sound you've heard in movies and music for generations. The unmistakable click of a Zippo lighter. Built to last, designed to be noticed. But Zippo is more than a lighter. It's a lifestyle. From sleek new finishes to hand warmers, candles, and accessories, Zippo brings that same legendary quality to everything they make. And now, you don't have to go far to find it. Discover Zippo lighters and more, available now at Sweet Fire Tobacco and Tundra Smoke Shops. Check us out in-store or online at zippo.com.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat with a flaky crust and sweet icing. It's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off key.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Packers 8-3-1, Bears 9-3. And Aaron Rodgers looks miserable, and the Minnesota Vikings found a quarterback who's even worse than J.J. McCarthy. Have I summed things up pretty well, would you say?
Pretty good little summary. Yeah, Rodgers, he hasn't looked happy really since he left here, and I'm guessing I would bet that he's probably going to have a nice chat with Goody when all's said and done and say, you know what, man, you're right. Should have handled things a lot better. And if he had to do it all over again, he would have probably finished this thing up in a better way and maybe called it here in Green Bay. But I'm sure he'll tell you, it's great experiences and a bunch of new friends and everything else, and that's great. But it's just been tough sledding. And yesterday he looked like He looked like he had just gotten – he looked like De Niro – or not De Niro. Pesci in Home Alone. That's what he looked like. He got a cast on his arm. His face is bloodied. The only thing that was missing is somebody popped a tooth, and he has a little sparkler coming out. Outside of that, I mean, he was the Bills were Kevin, and the Aaron Rodgers was Joe Pesci. And that's what happened yesterday.
Yeah, it was unpleasant. He was bloodied. He was beaten. He had blood dripping down his nose. He was mad at his receivers, and he's playing with a broken left wrist. And he keeps going out there, right? He missed, I think, one series. It was ugly for him. It was even uglier for the Vikings. So the question that I wanted to pose is, and I don't want to make any declarative statements.
No, of course you don't. Hate to do
this
that.
is yeah, I'm not going to start with you. This is why you can't get too high or too low. I mean, think about what this show was after the losses to the Panthers and the Eagles. I mean, people were apoplectic, and everybody wanted. And look, there's still people that can't stand Matt LaFleur.
Your guy on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, my guy Todd on Twitter, yeah. There are lots of people that still think Matt LaFleur is a bad coach. I don't agree, but there are certainly those that it doesn't matter that they've won 3 in a row. It doesn't matter that they've positioned themselves the way they have now with a 3-game winning streak after those back-to-back losses dropped them to 5-3-1. My question is, on the optimism scale, how high are you allowing yourself to fly? And how much are you tempering your enthusiasm? Because I think, and I don't know if you use this on that ESPN national show that you don't know the name of and you don't know your co-host of, but I'm curious. Like, the Packers are a team that feels like they can still beat anybody, and you kind of still feel leery of the fact that they could also lose to anybody, including the Bears on Sunday at home.
Welcome to the NFL, baby. That's why this thing is the best. And Denver, Jesse, I have to say I agree with you, man. This football weekend's too long. I don't care about the Monday night game. I even mailed in the Sunday night game last night. I watched the last 4 minutes. That's all I needed to really watch. But that's a case where Washington stinks. Their quarterback, and what I was thinking, Jason, is everybody thinks the end-all, be-all is making sure you get that quarterback, right? And I am not going to poo-poo that.
Just ask
but
the
Washington gets their quarterback, right? They go to an NFC championship last year. And I always tell you to have that guy gives you a chance every year. That's if your organization can keep him healthy and keep him out there playing.
It's true.
So I just even have more admiration for what the Green Bay Packers have been able to do because, have we missed the playoffs a few times? Yeah, very few. Washington is, although they should have won last night, they ain't making the playoffs. They got their franchise quarterback. So optimism level, it should be sky high as a Green Bay Packer fan. Your optimism on this football team and where they're at, does that mean they're going to win a Super Bowl? No. Does that mean that they can? Absolutely. And I would say this year more than others, the AFC, I don't have a clue who's coming out of the AFC. Don't have a clue. The NFC, I don't think this is hyperbole to say, I believe 6 of the 7 teams will be able to come out of there and go to a Super Bowl. I think you're looking at it, there are 6 or 7, and I'm not going to do the joke, that can go and win the Super Bowl. And the Green Bay Packers are at or near the top of that list. And, by the way, this Sunday's game will be a huge determining factor whether or not that remains. Because if they beat the Chicago Bears on Sunday, I don't care how they do it, if they beat them, I believe they'll be the 1 seed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
There are, if they win, they will be 9-3-1. The Rams would potentially, I don't know who they have this week.
10-3.
They would be 10-3 if they won their game this week. As of right now, to Tausch's point about it's anybody's ball game, there are 10 teams in the NFC that are above 500 at the moment. The Lions, the Cowboys, and the Panthers are the 3 teams that would not be in the postseason if the regular season ended today. The Chicago Bears would be the number 1 seed, the most important number 1 seed, at least since 2021, when that was the most important 1 seed. And we know how that went. Bears 9-3.
Don't let a punt get blocked and you win another world championship. That wasn't that hard, was it?
Rams 9-3. Eagles 8-4. Buccaneers 7-5. Those are your 4 division leaders. Your 3 wild cards would be Seattle at 9-3, Green Bay at 8-3-1, and frankly, I don't know how they're doing this, but the San Francisco 49ers are 9-4.
Yeah,
and they would be the 7th seed. You're right; it's anybody's ball game in the NFC.
Yeah, it's going to be a matchup thing. It's going to be a home field thing. It's going to be don't play a game so you can't be eliminated thing. And then it'll be a war of attrition. Like this is, whether or not Philly, right now if I'm a Packer fan, I'd rather play Philadelphia than Dallas. I know that.
Even though they kind of had your number.
Yeah. I think you saw what the Chicago Bears were able to do. I don't know if Green Bay's capable. I'll tell you this. Going to be a hell of a test for Jeff Hafley in this defense because you know what the Bears are going to do. They are going to come and try to jam the ball down your throats.
Yeah, 2 100-yard rushers in the same game.
That's what teams have come in and, when we've gotten beat, that's what Carolina did. The Giants didn't beat us, but that was their formula.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the plan for Chicago on Sunday, and we'll see if Green Bay is ready for it. But, yeah, the NFC is as crazy wide open as I think it has ever been, ever. There's nobody that has kind of taken that step and said, boy, I don't know what it's going to take to beat them. The Rams were the closest thing, and I would argue Green Bay is probably right there with them because – most people will look at this from what quarterback and can you make plays, and I know Jordan Love has been a smidge inconsistent, but boy, if he plays anything like he has done the last couple of weeks, I think you're going to feel pretty good about that too.
All right, shout out to Eddie in the YouTube comments on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube. Let's stop worrying about the future and focus on the game ahead of us. All right, Eddie, a couple things. One, Tausch and I are not playing on Sunday against the Bears, so we are not going to impact their performance. Secondly, I
love Bears week, though. Love Bears week.
I know
Blood
you
ball.
do. It's blood ball, yes.
You said it's always better if the Bears are good.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming around on your thought. Just from a selfish media perspective, it's obviously more fun. But there's some juice. There's a little juice, and I'm going to give the Bears a lot of credit. They've Vinny and Eric asked me this morning, why is this the case? What have the Bears been able to do? Is it all Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson deserves a ton of credit.
Sure.
But why are they better? Because they can block people now. Their O-line has gotten markedly better. And if that wasn't the case, Ben Johnson, I don't care how brilliant you are, you can't block anybody up front. You ain't beating anybody. You could have Einstein calling plays, and it ain't going to matter.
You think he'd be a good play caller?
I was wondering that. I think with his relative theory of relativity and all of the other stuff, I would bet Einstein.
Think he's more of a dual blocking scheme guy or outside zone?
I think he would be more trick 'em, you know what 'em.
Trick 'em, blank 'em.
I think he would just want to get creative, and then if he started going that route, and somebody else would have to go pick up Galileo. Just imagine all the greatest minds. Tesla. All start going into football. Could you imagine that?
No,
I
I can't, and most
fun.
of them are dead. To Eddie's point, the question here, we're not looking past the Bears. The question here, though, is that where is your level of belief? How much are you allowing yourself to get your hopes up about this team? Because this has been as topsy-turvy of a season as I think we've had in a while, right? 2023 Love's first year.
That was a lot more
the first half of the season they stunk, and then second half they were better.
Topsy-turvy.
No, okay. I view topsy-turvy
maybe
as lots of
I don't
ups and
understand
downs. So they win back-to-back games against two NFC contenders, teams that went to the NFC title game each of the last 2 years. One last year in Washington, 2 years ago with the Lions. And then they go to Cleveland and get beat?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Then they tie with the Cowboys? You kidding me?
Yeah.
They got this weird 2-1-1 record. Then they win a couple games again. Then they lose to the Panthers at home and then to the Eagles at home. Now they've won 3 in a row again. So it's been just when you think you've figured out who they are, something happens you're not expecting. So my question for the Carbless Talk and text line, and for Eddie, if he's willing to look ahead with us, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776, Carbless, less is more. Is this, how much are you allowing yourself to get your hopes up about this team at this point? Or is it fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, you shouldn't fool people? And you're just going to calmly take it 1-0 every week like Matt LaFleur and Eddie want you to be? Because I think there's reason to be really hopeful and optimistic. I think their offense is starting to get its act together. They're starting to get turnovers on defense, which they had not been doing previously. So I think there's reason to get excited, but are you tempering your enthusiasm because you've been tricked them, blanked them a couple of times this season by this team?
You know what I'd love to see? I would love whenever you guys have media availability with the players.
Today at 2:30.
I would love for Shido to come out and say, we're going to run the table. That's what I'd love to see.
He hardly ever talks to us now.
Yeah, you guys
he's
shut him
afraid
right
of what
up,
he
man.
might say.
He was an affable guy. He loved talking. He was doing great charity things out in the community, promoting it. He came on our show, and then you all bully-balled him into
How is it our
turtling
fault?
up. And yes, it was. You guys bully-balled him.
Matt LaFleur's fault.
No, it wasn't. You guys, shows like ours, I'll take blame too.
Yeah,
we're putting that out there. Shido thinks we're running the table. Oh, we're going to go undefeated.
No.
And then they get beat, and Shido's like, I ain't messing with y'all anymore. That's foolish talk. And it is, but I like it when people are, speaking what they believe. I like that. So, Shido, to blank with it. Come out and say, hey, man, we're going to run the blanket table. We're going to go win a championship. I'm all in with you.
Yes, I will try and get Sheed.
Just for the record, as a player, I would not adhere to this advice under any circumstances. But as an analyst, I'm all in, baby. Let's go.
Yes, you clearly are. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and text line. List is more. Are you getting your hopes up, or are you tempering your enthusiasm as the Packers at 8-3-1 face the 9-3 Bears on Sunday? And if things fall the way they would like them to, they would be in position to be the number 1 seed through 13 games. 844-770-3776. You don't have to temper expectations, though, when it comes to Lakeland Supply. Core values are an important piece to any successful business, and Lakeland Supply is no different. They've been displaying their core values in the industrial supply space for over 40 years. Integrity, excellence, stewardship, partnership, and faith. They're ISO certified, a Future 50 winner, top rated in customer satisfaction, and they believe in giving back to their community. Lakeland isn't one of those catalog companies either. They work to be your packaging and supply expert, building your plans around what you want. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. So set up that free packaging and supply chain assessment with Vince and his team at lakelandsupply.com. The Carbless Talk and Text line. Will it light up? 844-770-3776. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Well, it's the time of the year that you get to take in all the special sights and sounds of the holidays. The lights, the shopping, the music, and the snow. Yeah, it's time to start worrying about snow in the forecast. And before it's too late, ask yourself, do I need new tires, a new battery, new windshield wipers? Well, if so, schedule an appointment today with the service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet. I know I can trust Zimbrick's service team to have my back in any situation. With how much my family and I count on our Chevy year-round, the service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet makes sure it is in the best shape possible every time we have them check it out. For whatever maintenance you need for safe winter driving, the experienced service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet is here. Schedule an appointment and check them out online to learn more about how they're consistently recognized as a Best of Madison operation year after year at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Take it from me, when it comes to auto service in Madison, Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie is truly the name you can trust.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Well, Jesse, If we're not succeeding on the Carbless Target text line, this has definitely got folks going in the YouTube comments. Did the phones light up?
Not like they usually do on a day after reaction.
Especially after
day.
they lose.
They kind of look like my house because we didn't get the Christmas lights up before the bad weather came, so we just put them around our fence in the backyard, so it's like kind of lit, but not as lit as it normally is. How's that?
Well, it's lit enough that we have one of our would-be Hall of Fame nominees to start us off. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and text line. Less is more. It is Sparky and Sussex. The Yule log is cooking up, but are his expectations for the Packers also doing so? Sparky, good morning, bud. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope everybody there is having a great day.
We are now, because we're hearing from you. What do you think? Are you getting your hopes up or not?
I am. I think that, well, first of all, I'm really looking forward to this game. And I just want to, if I can use one word, Jason, or give you guys a word for the day, is beseech. As in, I beseech every Packer fan, don't sell your tickets to Bears fans. Take a friend, make a new friend, do something. But I don't want to see those Bears colors very much in our stadium. So that's my diatribe for the day.
Boy, as diatribes go, that was pretty tame.
Well, it's a family show. Yule log notwithstanding. But no, I'm confident because I think at least earlier this year we seemed to play down to the competition sometimes. As in the Browns, and even the Cowboys weren't very good then, and we tied them. But I think it seems like we've come out of that a little bit. I think the play calling the other day maybe shows LaFleur going in a little bit of a new direction. It's not run, pass every time. So I'm very optimistic and really looking forward to Sunday.
Thanks for the call, Sparky. We appreciate it. I am curious, Tausch, how the other teams in the league influence your confidence in your team. Like what you've seen across the league.
A bunch. If somebody's a juggernaut and you're thinking, I don't know, how are you going to, figure out how to slow this group down? And I still think the Rams, if they have a healthy Matthew Stafford, if they're playing in, even though it'll be a road game, but if they're playing in really good elements, does that help Jordan Love too? I think it does. So even if you're playing out in L.A., you're going to have 50% Packer fans. They're going to have to probably go silent count too. And I don't think the advantage would be to play at home because I think Jordan can handle the elements. I don't think Stafford can. Mm-hmm. If it's cold, that hurts him as a 37, 38-year-old a heck of a lot more. So you do look at what other teams are doing, and you can recognize that anybody can beat you, but there isn't the inevitable. Like, I don't feel there's anyone in the NFC that's inevitable. I think it's going to come down to health and matchups. That's what the playoffs will come down to this year. In Green Bay, they don't have a lot of room for any more major injuries. If Wyatt's out for the year, Kraft's out for the year, you can't lose any other real key contributors if you're thinking that you can go make a run because that margin for error is already slim with everybody. And I think if you lose more guys, especially in the playmaker category, it'll be tough to overcome that.
So do you consider losing Devontae Wyatt a colossal blow, a big blow, a small? What do you view that as?
It's a big blow. We saw when this defense has been at its best. He's been a big part of it. The Cowboys game where we were shutting down the Dallas Cowboys, he gets hurt and they throw up a 40-burger. I don't think that's a coincidence. Micah Parsons said after the game on Thursday, that's an irreplaceable cat. I'm going to trust what Micah Parsons has to say.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that he has had really, really good stretches, and he was starting to have another one, right? He had 2 sacks.
Topsy-turvy?
some might say, if they understand what that means. But part of the problem with him is that now this is the third time, and obviously he won't be coming back from this one. But if you remember last year, he suffers the ankle injury after a bonkers start to the season, right? He was awesome the first 3-4 weeks, suffers the ankle injury, is sidelined for a while, but then when he comes back, he's kind of a shell of his former self. Like his explosiveness is so special for a guy his size, and I don't think when he's playing hurt he has that. I don't think when he has leg injuries he's dealing with, for those games he's back, he's out there, but he's not special. We saw that when he came back from the ankle injury last year, and then toward the end of the season, he was starting to get healthy again and fully healthy, and was starting to have an impact, and then the season ended. This year, starts strong again, injures his knee in Dallas, misses some games, comes back, not really a factor, and then 2 weeks ago against the Vikings, he's really good. And then he's starting to do that again on Thanksgiving, and now he's hurt again. But my issue, and it's not a criticism, I don't think, is that when he's injured, it robs him of what makes him a difference-making player. And so I don't know if it's as devastating of a blow as it could be. It's certainly not in the class of Tucker Kraft. And I would also have to acknowledge that maybe, as much as we absolutely love Elgton Jenkins, that they're no worse off and maybe even a little bit better off with Sean Ryan at center? Is that possible?
Whoa. I don't know. It's an interesting, very interesting take by you.
I can't say that I know that for certain, and Lord knows there aren't going to be any coaches that are going to stand at a podium and say, yeah, we're better off with Sean Ryan at center.
I would hope not.
But I think it's possible that that's the case.
What I will say for certain is that Anthony Belton has brought a little more beef and a little more pop at that right guard spot.
Yeah,
that
for sure.
You can say with pretty good certainty. And, whether or not that has been the biggest difference. Sean Ryan's played, I think, a lot more consistent at center than there's a bunch of question marks after, Elton gets hurt. And I think Sean Ryan has held his own. Whether or not I'd say it's better or not, I don't know if I'd go that far.
That may be a bridge too far. I will admit that. I'm open to the possibility that that's the case. But, yeah. All right, I know we've got multiple calls on hold, so we will get to those coming up. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. I know you've been hearing the commercials again, and I know that we're getting entries because it's easy to enter. Our jingle for your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. All you got to do, go to jingleforyourkringle.com. Go to jingleforyourkringle.com. Submit your entry for our contest. What is this, year 4? Year 3? Year 4, I think it is. And all you got to do is make sure that you include the phrase, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition, to allow you to be eligible to win Kringle for a year. We will judge the winner later this month since it is December 1st. And don't forget, Kringle is also the perfect gift idea for your holiday gift boxes. You can send your favorite Kringle from Racine Danish Kringle. You don't have to wrap it. You don't have to stress over it. It's just pure holiday joy. You know how much the Wildes love it when we get a shipment from Racine Danish Kringle, and you can too. All you got to do is go to kringle.com or make the call 800-4-DANISH to place your order. Kringle.com or 800-4-DANISH. We'll get to more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. And just like that, the 2025 football season has come to an end for the Wisconsin Badgers. UW fell 17-7 at Minnesota in the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe to finish the season at 4-8. It's the second consecutive losing season under Luke Fickell and the Badgers' worst record since a 4-5-2 campaign in 1995.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Celebrate the holiday season at the restaurant that won gold in Best of Madison. Enjoy seasonal dishes, handcrafted cocktails, and hospitality that makes every visit special. Planning your holiday party? They'll help you host a celebration that everyone will remember. Don't wait. Make a reservation today to secure your spot this season. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb and enjoy holiday cheer with great food and great company. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. Lists is more. Let's get back to your calls. Let's go down to Tulsa and talk to Brandon. Brandon, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope you had a good holiday. I'm doing really well. Before we get to the Packers, Tausch, I had a quick question for you as a college football analyst. I went to my buddy's house on Friday to watch the Longhorns play the Aggies, and he's a Texas A&M alum, so he was pretty upset with the win that the Longhorns had. And then I saw the Steve Sarkisian, pitch to put his team in the playoff. And then I had some guys texting me saying that the Longhorns should get in over Oklahoma because Oklahoma, my team, the Sooners, only beat LSU by 4. And I think that's just crazy talk. You're not putting Texas in over Oklahoma, are you?
No. And here's the argument, Brandon, and this is where I think college football needs to kind of figure it out, because had Texas not played the big boy game to open the season against Ohio State, they'd probably be 10-2, and they'd probably be in the college football playoff. That's a hard argument, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, and it's one of those things where I don't know. My dad's old school.
Hey,
he
Brandon,
hates
quick
game.
question for you, Brandon. Here's what should happen. So you're going to have the 1 and 2 seeds in the SEC play each other this weekend and championship weekend, right?
Georgia,
how awesome would it be? Yeah, of course, Georgia. And Alabama, if they lose, they might not make it, which I think would be bad news because you shouldn't be penalized for playing in an extra game that other teams don't, but neither here nor there. Here's what I would love to see, and I think this is the model the Big Ten is going to take. This weekend, which should be the weekend before, this championship weekend should be Thanksgiving because teams are having a hard time filling. Minnesota didn't have hardly any fans up. It is hard. Students leave. We need to move the regular season up a week. Start it a week earlier in August, but we'll get into that later. The SEC this year should have a 1-2 championship game. Then they should go 3-7, or I guess it would be 3-8, 4-5, 6-7. Have the 3 seed play the 8 seed, the 4 seed play the 7, and the 5 play the 6. And whoever wins those games gets in. And you do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and have it like a whole week of SEC football, and you eliminate teams this weekend. This is, in essence, a college football playoff. It would bring more eyeballs, and I think it would bring a ton of fun to the SEC. What do you think?
Well, what are the odds any of the coaches agree to that, especially now that they know how much the record matters at the end of the year? It doesn't matter who you played earlier on. I can't imagine any coach saying, yeah, sure, that'll be great. I was telling my buddy on Friday night, congratulations, now you're still in the playoff, but you don't have to play Georgia and get another loss. Mm-hmm. With this playoff system the way it is, I just don't see them wanting more competition at the end of the year. I think these guys all just want to get in and then see what happens. I just don't see anybody agreeing to that. It's a good idea, but...
Okay, thanks for the... Okay.
I like your idea. I think nobody would sign up for it, but...
okay.
Anywho.
Boy, things are going really well for college football, aren't they? You wonder about
ratings are at an all-time high. Revenue is at an all-time high. Drama's at an all-time high. So while it looks on the surface that it's a hot mess, and it is, people like being people want in. Like they do.
Yes, the Lane Kiffin gate. The Lane Kiffin tweets are solid gold right now. I didn't know the lore behind this guy until 3 days ago, and now it's just been one big. I mean, I've got a group text that we're just constantly sharing Lane Kiffin tweets and updates. So it's actually fantastic. It's actually getting better.
I kind of want to get in on Brandon's group. Brandon, I kind of want to get in on your college football group text when you guys are talking shop. I'm going to see when I get this. I do declare, and since we're not in the declarative statements this year,
we are indeed.
This is going to be the year that the Tauscher family makes it to Oklahoma. We have not been. We're getting to Oklahoma this year. All right, continue, Brandon.
Hey,
26.
Okay,
2026.
Right. Look forward to having you.
Brandon's buddy may have been your co-host on Sunday, for all you know.
That's true, actually.
So going to the Packers. My hopes are sky high. I picked them to win the Super Bowl when they signed Micah, and I think at this point, if you're not a fan of what Goody's doing, you're just not going to be a fan ever. At this point of the year, kind of like what you said, Tausch, health and matchups are going to be the deciding factor. I mean, the Panthers just beat the Rams, and everybody was saying that Stafford and these guys were, tier 1, and then everybody behind them's tier 2 and down. The Packers totally have enough talent, I think. I can't imagine us getting worse injury-wise unless we start losing offensive linemen or someone like a Micah. We've had the injury bug, but, so have the Rams and so have the Buccaneers. So I'm absolutely super, super excited for this weekend. The Bears, I think, will beat the Bears because Caleb Williams is still – it's only his second year. So when they struggle, and they will, they're going to struggle because he either tries to play hero ball, and if we can find a way to stop them running the football, I think he's still too young of a quarterback to make the difference.
Very inaccurate, too. He is an inaccurate thrower of the football. Did we lose Brandon, Jesse?
We did. He's out. Yeah.
Well, Brandon, that was a good call. You agreed with me.
We lost
I don't
him.
think Brandon fully understood my – and when we talk to the Badger radio analyst, he'll get into it a little bit more on what that thought process
is. He officially joining us? Did we get a commitment from him?
Yeah, we just got a commitment. He this Thanksgiving weekend needs to be championship weekend, and you can make championship weekend real fun. Like real fun. And I got the solution for that. So we'll get to that. We'll talk to him later. But Brandon's right, man. Why would you not be optimistic about this team?
Because you have gotten your hopes up previously this season, and then they lost a game that you thought as a fan they had no business losing.
Hey, welcome to being a fan.
Well, not
what does
me.
it look you do?
All right, I am very pleased. I want to thank our loyal listeners because we've got not quite full phone lines, but we got Andy and Bruce, who is, I believe, making his first appearance.
Bruce and I talked about it off air. I think he's up for the stepping up to the challenge today.
So,
He'll
quick
tell
question:
all about it.
If Bruce starts cussing and telling us how much we suck and everything else, are you then banning Bruce through the year? What's the
because it would only be a 30-day ban.
Once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
So Bruce, I don't know if I should let Bruce speak for himself on this or not, but what I'll say is...
let's let Bruce speak for himself.
I trust that Bruce is going to do the right thing when he joins us. And if Bruce betrays us again, then we're going to have a serious conversation.
You can put trust in one. You can put trust in one hand and poop in the other, and you know how that goes.
I believe everyone deserves a second chance, and I think after a second strike, you at least got to choke up and make sure you make contact, and then we have to talk about what happens after two strikes.
Second strike, we hit you and we send you to the locker room. That's what we do.
Well, we'll see about Bruce. We'll get to him when it's his turn. We've also got Ricardo north of the border and Mo. So if you want to get in on this conversation, the question is simple. With the NFC clearly wide open at this point, how much are you allowing yourself to get your hopes up about the Packers, given where they're at? They've won 3 in a row going into their matchup with the NFC North leading, I know that sounds weird, Chicago Bears on Sunday at Lambeau Field. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line.
Jesse, quick question for you. Is wide open spaces by the Chicks, is that royalty free?
It is not
wide
royalty
open
free.
Field. Well, I don't know. Some music is, some music isn't.
Nothing that's done by a band version you actually know is royalty free would be a good rule of thumb.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So say goodbye to the Killers. Say hello to Tausch telling us about AmFam and what he and Sarah have going on this holiday season.
Well, tomorrow, I think we need to cook something up for tomorrow. It's Giving Tuesday tomorrow. Jesse and I will have to brainstorm a way to cook some stuff up because Sarah and I, we're excited. As we've done the last 3 or 4 years, we've teamed up with American Family Insurance to raise funds towards the American Family Children's Hospital through a virtual toy drive. All donations will go towards therapeutic supplies and toys that help thousands of children and families across the country. And American Family Insurance very generously will match every dollar donated all the way up to $50,000 through the end of the year. So that will be $100,000 that will go towards those therapeutic supplies and toys
to help all of the families across the country and the state. Visit amfamkids.org to donate today.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code HOLIDAY40. That's HOLIDAY40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Still celebrating the Green Bay Packers' Thanksgiving Day win over the Detroit Lions to improve the green and gold to 8-3-1 here this season. The Packers looking up at the number 1 seed in the NFC, Chicago Bears, at 9-3, leading the NFC North and in the 1 seed position if the season were to end today in the NFC playoff picture. Can you believe that? Sets up a great showdown, 3:25 Sunday afternoon at Lambeau Field for the Packers and the Bears. Plenty to get you set all week for the big game right here on 100.5 ESPN, including more Wilde and Tausch coming up next. That includes on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Worst news for the Badger football season. That came to a close on Saturday evening with a 17-7 loss in Minneapolis against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The Badgers finished the season 4-8. Plenty to talk about, including on the Barry Alvarez Show. New episode tonight from 6 to 7 o'clock. Live video streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with more of your calls. As again, no game to discuss because we did that on Friday. But with the NFC wide open, to what degree are you getting your hopes up about the Packers as a Super Bowl contender? 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. Let's go to Blackjack Andy in Madison. Ooh. Andy? Good morning. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm giving my best Ricardo entrance because I heard he's on hold. And also just wanted to give a shout-out to the city of Winnipeg and Assiniboia Downs racetrack where I claimed a thoroughbred last year. But that's going off on a different tangent altogether. As far as the question about the Packers and where they stand, I'm excited, but I do really believe the biggest challenge lies in front of them this coming week. I don't think I've been scared of a game all year, and I am scared of this one because I think the Bears are an absolute matchup nightmare after the loss of Devontae Wyatt. A few calls back, I talked about coaches sort of swallowing their ego and be willing to play a dirty, ugly, boring brand of football in order to get the W, like the Panthers did to us, like the Bears did this past week against the Eagles. I'm terrified of this game. If we get by this Bears game, then I will be extremely excited about our chances, and I think we can go all the way. But I do not like the matchup. I think we're going to have about 6 or 7 possessions in the entire game. I think the Bears will have success running the football, and I think this is going to be Matt LaFleur's biggest challenge as a coach because he's got to go in with the cutthroat, all gas, no brakes in a game which it doesn't seem like it would require it. But we got to make everything we can of the possessions that we have. The Bears give up a lot of yards, but they are, I believe, 12th in the league in red zone defense. They don't give up a lot of touchdowns. So, we need to capitalize. So I'm a little bit nervous about this one. But if we get by it, I think the sky's the limit.
So, to me, Andy, the one thing that I would be nervous about is one of the things the Packers have been great about this season has been not turning the ball over. They have the fewest turnovers in the league with 7, and the Bears have the most takeaways in the league with 26. So, what's the old saying that old-timey sportscasters used to say back in the day? Something's got to give, right? Because you're taking a team that has taken the ball away better than anyone else against somebody who has protected the ball better than anyone else. To me, that's what this game we're not going to do that in our weekend, in our green and gold game preview because we don't allow turnovers as a topic. But to me, and I haven't watched the Bears a ton, they've got 17 interceptions. That's also the most in the league. So to me, that's the thing to be apprehensive about. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I agree. I was one of the people who was really adamant about LaFleur blowing the game in Cleveland, and subsequently, I was very pleased to see an evolution in Minnesota about how he approached that game with caution and let the defense handle it when it was apparent that they could do it, and the offense wasn't really a necessary component of the game anymore. This game is a little more confusing to me because I'm very confident that the Bears will run the ball with great effect and dominate the clock. I think they're going to run it down to 1 or 2 seconds every single play. LaFleur can't think about running the ball 4 yards in a cloud of dust. I think he needs to take a more approach like he did in the Lions game, despite the fact that they the Bears are effective at turning the ball over. And I, too, have not watched a lot of them to speak on it with a ton of knowledge. But our passing game is hot. We got to dominate the scoreboard. That's the number one thing. And I think we're going to have to we just have to really make sure to take advantage of the opportunities we have, because once we get in the red zone, the Bears are pretty good down there. I don't want to see them just clamp up too much and not take the deep shots and go for the big play, because I think they need to take that approach much like they did with the Lions. But I'm not saying I'm right on that. It's just my gut instinct. I just don't feel like we're going to get a lot of possessions. Maybe the Bears won't get in the end zone a lot, but I don't know. When teams are willing to play ugly against us, that's the team. That's been the formula to beat Green Bay for decades. Just run the ball and don't quit. And I think we can say with pretty good certainty that's what the Bears will do.
That sounds like a declarative statement,
one other point,
Andy.
I just want yeah. One other thing I just want to say, have you guys checked out the Super Bowl odds at all? Because it ties into the show kind of interestingly. The top 4 teams right now to win the Super Bowl are all NFC teams, which is kind of crazy. And I agree with Tausch that the NFC is the total crapshoot. But if the odds makers have the top 4 teams to win the Super Bowl all coming out of the NFC, then the AFC must be even worse crapshoot than that. But if you do like the AFC, if you don't believe that the NFC team can win 3 games, that any of these teams are really capable of that, then you got some pretty good value right now in the Buffalo Bills at 10-1 and the Broncos at 12-1, like way down the line. So anyway, the Packers were 18-1 and are now 9-1 2 weeks later after the last 2 wins. So these odds are very prisoner of the moment, but it's very surprising to me based on the fact that I agree it's a crapshoot in the NFC, and the top 4 teams to win the Super Bowl are all out of the NFC. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Thanks for the call, Andy. We appreciate you. Did you guys? Was that one of
when Blackjack Andy calls? Can you put like a ace and a jack up? You're doing a great job putting the caller up there. Is there a way we can get a couple of cards fired up there, or maybe like the
I'll see
you
what we
used to
can
play
do.
solitaire, and the whole your whole screen would go. That'd be fun.
Probably not, actually, after further review. Because then, if we do that for Andy, then we're going to need Sparky in Sussex with a Yule log, and Ricardo in Canada with a Canadian flag and a maple leaf.
I think that's what Tausch is actually looking for.
So now we want...
I think that would be...
We want logos for each of our callers as they call in unexpectedly throughout the course of any given show.
Well, you can have them filed away.
Jesse,
You've got some regulars.
There's an easy way to do this, though. The Yule log, you have a Pella window. You slap that up there, throw the logo up. Pretty easy here, Hard Rock, Casino Rockford. You have those cards up there. Bam, more value. You got there's
what
all
do we
kinds
have
of
for,
ways to.
What do we have? What Canadian partners do we have?
Doesn't have to be Canadian. When I think Ricardo, I think chill, and I think excitement. We don't have Coors Light pictures. I mean, of course we do. So, just again, I know we don't want to get into the weeds here, but I think there's some fun things.
I believe we're already in them.
I think next time you're here in the Everlight Solar Studio, you come back here and run the video stream, and you tell me how easy it is then for us to just
I tried to do that.
magically conjure these
weren't
things
even
up.
working the day I did it.
Okay, so when Bruce and Cassville, who's next,
but I answered 62 calls, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't. I shoveled out our driveway part of our driveway yesterday, and that was a lot more work than answering phone calls.
See that there's nothing Canadian. It's not even Canadian bacon in that photo.
Well, Jones Dairy has great Canadian bacon. We could throw that up. The Canadian bacon with Jones Dairy logo. When
all right, now
we're
it's
not hard. See,
now we're cooking.
Easy.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what Jesse and Latrell Sprewell have to do with anything. But be that as it may,
that was an all-timer.
I want to set the stage for Bruce and Cassville's triumphant return. Is there something we can do with like a Sam Oki photo with one of our partners? What do we do for Bruce when he calls?
We'll have to wait and see.
Expletives.
I'm very skeptical. I have a lot of skepticism.
No, believe in Bruce.
Bib.
All right, well,
Bib.
I really do enjoy your abbreviations and your nicknames. I also enjoy your successes and occasionally failures on Prize Picks, which has posted 0.5 as the projection for profanities from Bruce during his call coming up after the commercial break.
Well, I had a really good Thursday, even though my real big one that I went. What's the tight Wiley? What's the tight end that needed 0.5?
Josh Wiley.
Yeah. Come on, dude. We can't throw him one out. What are we doing?
Nothing.
That cost me, but still had a really
penalty.
good weekend. Yeah, that didn't count for Prize Picks though. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening, and it's all happening at the great place of Prize Picks. The simplest way to play daily fantasy. Make your player picks. Less than 60 seconds. Choose more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get them right, cash in. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you can cash up before the game even ends. And with stacks, you can pick the same player up to 3 times in a lineup. Did that the other day. I told you. Interception with old boy. You can do that with Steph Curry. You can do it with Giannis. You can do it with Austin Reeves or Luka Doncic. Whomever your favorite player might be. Deposits are fast and easy with Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app. Use that code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. All right, Jesse's got time to work on his graphics for our future callers that are on hold. At Tausch's behest.
Not going to do that.
Why not? You're not that busy back there.
We'll get some more royalty-free music.
We'll get to more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've told you for a while about how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Now huddle up. The holidays just got a game changer. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back with 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at $19.99. It's an easy way to feed the family and still be ready in time for kickoff. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or in the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
We're on the Badgers.
This is where probably the program mindset has to change.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
What we probably have to do is ante up for unproven and bet on future success, not on past.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Ho, ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, ho, Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for retirement income strategies Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's retirement income strategies Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the retirement income strategies and SEC registered investment advisor.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Royalty-free jams on Wilde and Tausch.
Is there any royalty-free Christmas music, or is that not?
That's a great question.
There is.
There has to be.
There is, yes.
Jesse will effort on that as soon as he gets done with the graphics for all our various callers. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Can I ask one favor? Even though Tausch has covered this ground on multiple occasions, I do think it would be nice to get to the Minnesota Vikings quarterback situation at some point during today's program, because that is a dumpster fire and a train wreck and whatever else you can think of.
What's wrong with Max Brosmer?
Jesse, if you want, just go back to June and July. I told you this was going to happen. So just go back and find it there.
I just referenced that.
I literally told you this was going to happen. And I think I told you, be alert for Jay Jettis wanting out of there because he's going to be miserable.
Ball no in summer.
Well, whatever. You know how it goes.
BKS as opposed to just BS. Yeah. Let's go to the phones.
Here we go.
I'm not nervous. I believe in Bruce. B-I-B. Believe in Bruce. I blank and believe in Bruce. It is Bruce in Cassville. Bruce, welcome back to the program. Mind your P's and Q's, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Doing good. About yourself?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Your thoughts on where the Packers currently stand and whether you're getting your hopes up?
My hopes are way high. I think they're more physical this year. In past years, they've been, pretty not. I don't think they've been pretty soft. I think they're hitting people this year, and I think they been playing the better opponents better than they have the weaker opponents. Seems like they get up to the game more. So I got good hopes for it.
Okay. Good work. And?
Bible thumper today.
I'm sorry?
Bible thumper today.
Huh? All right. I don't know what that was. We're done.
Jesse, how would you assess how that went?
We're done. I don't know what that was in reference to, so he
so
didn't
just
swear,
for,
so that's good.
So just for clarity.
Was he calling himself a Bible thumper
No,
for not swearing?
I just want to be clear, okay? None of us on the panel are perfect. And the no profanity policy on the program is not rooted in the church. It is rooted in the FCC that we do not want violations to occur. So I don't know if that was what he meant there, but, hey, gosh darn it, the heck anyway.
Now, in fairness to Bruce, so what Bruce told me off air was he consumes the show.
Is Bruce related to you?
No.
Are you and Bruce?
Bruce
you
Nelson?
are a Bruce stan.
I have no
you
family.
You are a Bruce stan.
I have no family in Cassville. Although I hear it's very picturesque, especially in the fall when the leaves are changing colors. He said
Dynamite drop it.
He consumes the show on YouTube, where a lot of the shows that people watch that are exclusively on YouTube have all kinds of language flying around all the time because they are not governed by the FCC. So this show, because we are a radio program that is also on YouTube, is governed by the FCC. So we do have rules that are in place for us to follow. So that was where
It's good to get some perspective from Bruce.
Bruce said he thought he could let it fly last time that he was on, and so he learned that it was not the case. And I feel like we've now painted Bruce to be this swearing son of a gun.
I don't think we've painted him that. I think after the Bible thumping, we needed to make some clarifications on why our policy is what it is.
Here's the deal. Bruce thinks this team is more physical, and I'm going to say this. Defensively, there is not a doubt in my mind we're a more physical defense than we've been. Like, this defense is physical. Now, will they hold up to people trying to pound the football down their throat? Edgerrin Cooper flies around. Evan Williams flies around. Micah Parsons, I'm not going to sit here and say he's the most physical cat, but I'll tell you this. He's a disruptive son of a gun. And while Homer doesn't think he can tackle, I've pushed back as hard as I could. He's tackled quite a few people. So that part for sure. And I think putting Belton in was a direct reflection of we need to be more physical and we need to be better in the inside of our offensive line. And Aaron Banks, they feel like they found some stuff not practicing him on Fridays and letting him maybe play a little more physically. So this team is more physical under Matt LaFleur now than it was, obviously, the last couple of seasons. I would agree with Bruce on that.
And while I saw Belton have some inconsistencies in his performance on Thanksgiving, which I'm sure we'll get into with our guy Brian Bulaga later this week, he does bring that mauler physicality. And I think that group of three on the interior now, with Sean Ryan and, as you mentioned, with Aaron Banks, I think that they've got a chance to maybe be that threesome pretty good. A chance to have a chance. Let's have a chance to talk to Ricardo in Canada. Let's see the graphic you conjured up, Jesse, for Ricardo in Canada. Okay, not quite finished yet. Ricardo, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, guys. How we all doing today on this fine morning?
Awesome. We're doing awesome, Ricardo. We're doing great.
Good. So I had to call in because Friday I couldn't call in. I was with the little one on a field trip, but I was listening to the show and I couldn't call. Listen, I got a few points, and then I'll let you guys get to it. First off, man, on Friday, throughout the whole Wisconsin airways, everyone just so down on this team and saying we got lucky. Like, where was the excitement? We just beat a national rival on prime TV. Our QB threw 4 tighties, had a turkey leg, and everyone's acting like we got lucky. Oh, the ref and the timeout. Listen, we won them. We beat them on prime time. We ended their season. Now they're hoping and scrapping to make the playoffs. All right,
Ricardo, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where was that? Because I didn't. Everybody that called, was there negativity? I didn't sense that on Friday. Maybe I'm wrong, Jason. Was it?
I didn't. There's a very melodramatic, we got lucky, and some people on ESPN, some people on Game Time, other networks as well. Just in general, like, there's no excitement. Like, we just beat someone on national TV. Like, Jesus, like, it should be raw, like, ready to go.
Yes, it should.
We finished the Vikings.
Yes.
We finished the Viking season. Now we finished the Lions season. Guess what? Bears, you're next. All right, giddy up. All right, hope you like the view from the top. We're knocking you off. Now, listen, this is Bear Week, okay? A few things about Bears Week. One, this is the Super Bowl for us as of right now because I don't care what happens. The number one goal of every year is Super Bowl, but number 2 is beat the Bears, okay? I don't care what our record is. I don't care how our team is. You beat the Bears, okay? I can't stand them. Never did like them. I don't care who you are. Aaron Rodgers can play for the Bears. I'd hate him, all right? That's what it is. So we got to beat them. It's going to be hard because they do something that we can't really defend really well. Upside is the middle run. Guess what? If we stop that and put the game on Caleb Williams, we win by 10. All right. So Matt LaFleur, giddy up, devise a game plan with Hafley, stop the run, and more importantly, Jordan Love, I need another game from you. Okay, like this is you're starting to heat up, starting to turn on the engines. Now it's time to go. Time to really get this team moving. And finally, I was going to say this. This game is going to show to me, a lot of people say, the team really, some people were questioning whether LaFleur lost the team when we were going through that, that losing stretch or whatever. Mm-hmm. This game is going to prove to me how the team really has his back. Because guess what? Ben Johnson started talking a lot of smack as soon as he got in there, saying he identified LaFleur in that press conference. He didn't mention him. He didn't hint at. He named him by name. If that's my coach, I'm like, listen, boys, I don't care what it is. We got coaches back this week, okay? We're gonna lay a beat down on these guys because listen, this guy just showed up and he started talking mad trash. All right, it is what it is. You don't mention my QB by name, right? So my coach by name. So even my little ones matter right now. Look at that. Yeah, let's get him, boys. All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
Get them fired up.
Let's get some fire going. Let's go, boys.
Ricardo, thanks for the call. We always appreciate it. And
so
is
Ricardo talking about Joshi DiMaggio? Is that what this is? Because
I'm sorry, was Joshi poo-pooing the win?
I'm going to tell you this. On our show, I could not, on the post game, everything else, that was a big boy win, and I said we deuces to Detroit's North run. It's over. I don't know how anybody that's a Packer fan could have looked at what happened on Thursday and been anything but incredibly optimistic. That was a monster win. So, Ricardo is an avid fan, so he knows, he watches and listens to more than I do. And if that's what he said, I'm going to take him at his word. And Joshy, don't be so negative. Don't be so negative. Now, with all of this and what transpired over the holiday weekend, is it safe to say now
that the Bears are back to being our biggest rival in the NFC North? Because it's been a minute since you could make that argument.
Well, they're currently the biggest threat. I guess let's do this because we've got a couple more calls we want to get to, right? We want to talk to Mo in Illinois and Jason, the architect in Hales Corners. I think it's a really good question because you do tend to view the rivalries through the Pommy, who is the biggest threat lens, right?
If I look at it historically, it goes Bears, Vikings, Lions. That's history. Mm-hmm. But if I'm looking at it from 2012 to now, it's close, but the Bears would be third. Like third in the division, fourth in the division. It would go Vikings, Lions, and then if I look at it from the 2021 on, it goes Lions, Vikings, Bears.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything you've just said.
Now, hey, not that the Lions are dead in the water, but they are, Danny Campbell wanted to take us out and drown us. Hey, how's that water out there, Dan? You treading? Because you're treading.
Are you sure that was him? Are you sure that was him? I think that was Robert Saleh, who was the drowning guy.
Dan Campbell came in here on a Thursday night, and maybe it is a little different reference point, but he basically said, we are tougher, and we will outlast this Packer team, and I think it was water-related. If it's not, I apologize. But in essence, it said, bring them out to the deep water. They ain't going to outlast us. And now we're swimming a little closer to the shore, a la NFC North title, and they're drifted way out, and they're hoping there better be a buoy in the form of teams helping them get in, or they're going to be stuck out in the water all season treading, wait until next season starts. And to answer your question, as we sit here today on 12/1 of 2025, the Bears are our biggest rivals again. They are.
It would appear that in 2022, when the Jets played the Packers at halftime, Robert Saleh told his team, if we could just keep taking them down to deep water, they'll find out they can't swim. So
Dan Campbell said something similarly about the Packers, too.
So
I don't know if
it would
it's
have been
water
the Thursday
related.
night game in 2023, I believe, is the one you're referencing, because I was at that game. And
you were awake.
Fell asleep.
No, I've been
slept.
Tausch has referred to this many times. That's definitely the game of reference. I never heard it, but he said it so much I've just assumed it did happen, but I guess I don't know for sure.
Okay, the point of the matter is, and this is why I bring up the Saleh part of this, is not to correct you, but rather that's how the Packers have been viewed by multiple coaches, right? And that is something that it would appear that might be changing. And so that's why I think it's interesting that both Dan Campbell, in some variation of that, and Robert Saleh both felt that way about the Packers. Now, this is a game
and that's Matt LaFleur's best friend saying that about his football team.
Mm-hmm. And Ben Johnson is not Matt LaFleur's best friend, and it was completely bizarre for him to choose to take the shot that he did in that opening press conference. We'll get a little further into that as the week goes on, but before we can do that, we need to get to a couple more of your calls. And before we can do that, I need to tell you about Associated Bank. Best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. And if you haven't checked out AssociatedBank.com, then you've missed out on all the great perks that you get as an Associated Bank customer. Early pay, access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early. Credit monitoring, so you know your credit's in a good spot so you can make that big purchase. And, of course, when you need it, fraud protection, which I needed when someone tried to get my information. They had it covered. On top of that, Packers checking, Brewers checking, and Badgers checking. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. We'll get to more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code HOLIDAY40. That's HOLIDAY40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
We'll play trivia coming up next. But first, let's get to a couple more calls on the Carbless Talk and Text line. And then if you use the text portion of the Carbless Talk and Text line, we'll get to a few of the notes that you sent there.
So, Jason, has the overarching thing been, it seems like from our callers, optimism is very, very high. Yeah?
Yeah. And I'm not here to discourage that. I am
kind of like, you want to temper. You've been using that term temper.
I am enthusiasm temperer, And I am also, when people are really down in the dumps on this team, I feel the need to kind of, hey, it's not as bad as you think. Because that is what we were.
Ted Lasso.
That is what we were doing. That is what we were doing after the back-to-back losses. Because I do think there were a lot of folks jumping off ship and questioning Matt LaFleur, suggesting his seat should be piping hot. But I don't think we're there at the moment. That's kind of the ebb and flow of the season. All right, let's get to 2 calls, then we'll play trivia. Let's go down to Illinois and talk to Mo. Mo! Good morning, buddy. How you doing?
Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Good. Are you letting your optimism run wild?
Oh, of course. I mean, this is the Green Bay Packers. We're not no Chicago Bears here. We're in title town. I mean, we set the standard of excellence, something Chicago Bears don't know what to do or how to do. And they're very overly confident here in Chi-Town. I'm keeping a lot of receipts for this week. I'll be up there with a couple of my Bears buddies, and I'm going to forcefully put some cheese heads on top of their cranium. But really how it's going to go is we're going to dominate the Bears. Bears fans are going to be really upset because they have no respect for the greatest franchise in professional sports. They're acting. They need to show more respect to the franchise who has dominated them, who has owned them for as long as I could remember, since I was born. Mm-hmm. And I just can't wait to see it. Matt LaFleur is going to be very upset. Matt LaFleur, I'm telling you guys right now, he remembers those comments that Ben Johnson made in his introductory press conference. He remembers. You think Matt LaFleur is not going to come out hot? Oh, they're ready. This team is ready. And good, better, best, Micah's going to put it to rest. I can't wait.
We're rhyming.
Love that. Rack 'em. Jesse, rack that.
Great call, and we look forward to you being in the stands with cheeseheads on your Bears fan friends' craniums if the Packers win. I'm curious, Tausch, what do you, we referenced it earlier, the awkward, I enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year reference by name. Felt like an awkward, forced shot at the Packers because I was just named the Bears coach, and I know that should be an applause line. It was just, the delivery was weird. Do you think Matt LaFleur is motivated by that?
I think Matt LaFleur is motivated by the fact that he wants to win the division and wants to go win games. Is that going to be top of mind? No. Will that be a little sprinkler? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think that they'll be playing. You know, you're going to hear it. I'm sure somebody's going to ask him about it, and he'll discuss it. But Ben Johnson, you're right. He's trying to make a mark. And if you remember right, Matt LaFleur, when he first took his presser in Green Bay, he was kind of awkward. Right? I don't think he was a polished interviewee at that point.
No, that was Jason asking him the question.
When he actually got to talk, when Mark Murphy wasn't doing all the talking, it was a little bit awkward, yes.
That's the thing when you do these intro pressers. You're trying to throw some red meat to your fans.
Mike McCarthy knocked his out of the park, though.
Okay. Great.
Our biggest challenge will be handling success. That one's still out there. That remains one of the most memorable opening press conference statements ever, in my opinion. I think so.
How was Mike Sherman's introductory press conference?
Yeah, I don't remember much from that one, so I'm gonna say nondescript. I know his farewell one was one of the best. He was awesome in his farewell one. He told stories about how he would pull into people's yards on game day to pretend that he was going to park there, and then he would say, you know what, on second thought, I think I have a spot at the stadium. He told all these great stories, stuff that he would never tell when he was actually the coach. But after he was fired, he did a press conference. As opposed to like Mike McCarthy, who had to get permission to come back in the building because of the way that he was fired by Mark Murphy, he was able to actually do a press conference, Mike Sherman was. Let's get to one last call, and then we'll play trivia. Let's go to Jason, the architect in Hales Corners. But he was not the architect of Hales Corners because then he would be 300 and some years old. Jason, good morning. How are you?
Great, and that would be correct. I'd be very, very old, but I'd be looking good for my age.
Yeah, I'm sure you would be.
Yeah. Real quick, guys. I know you're talking about Salah's comments about Matt LaFleur. I believe Dan Campbell's comments were something about kneecaps, if that rings a bell. Something that will take him off by the kneecaps.
Yeah, that's one of them,
Or
too.
something like
He's
that.
got a few. Yeah, he's got a few for sure.
He's got a few. I guess I was wrong on the score. I said 27-14. We still won 31. I think it was 27 or something like that.
24. But Jason, don't worry, we were not keeping track of the accuracy of your prediction.
Didn't write that one down.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
But going into this week with Chicago, am I nervous? A little, but not much. I believe Matt LaFleur is going to pull Detroit 2.0. We're going to see some stuff that we haven't seen before, and I can see us winning. Like how Aaron Rodgers did it a couple years ago, beating them in the first half. I think it was like they scored 42 points, 42-0 was at the half. I could see something like this happening because, like you guys said earlier, Caleb is just not an accurate thrower. I mean,
he's not.
Tausch could throw better than him.
I don't know about that. Caleb, for an NFL quarterback, what does he throw? 59%? Is that right, Jason? Accuracy wise.
Let me get you that information. I would agree with the overarching opinion that he's not an especially accurate. He is a work in progress for Ben Johnson, but I think we can all agree he is an improved quarterback. His completion percentage is 58.1.
Yeah, it's not very.
But
good.
he's only hey, in fairness to him, despite that inaccuracy, do you know how many interceptions he's thrown this year?
5.
Jordan Love, who we can all agree is further
3.
along in his development, he's only thrown 3. So, I mean, despite his inaccuracy, and Jordan's back down to 67% for his completion rate. He had been north of 70 a few weeks ago.
2 games ago, had 15 drops. So
he did. No, I'm just telling you what the numbers are.
Well,
but he also
numbers
has
don't always tell the whole story. J Bone, you know that.
I'm sorry, who?
J Bone.
That's a new one.
Jordan Love's passer rating 104.3. Caleb Williams' passer rating 86.2 or 88.2. So, look, I'm not sure. I'm not here to tell fans how to fan. I'm not sure I'm expecting the Packers to run the Bears out of the gym. Are you?
Run them out of the gym? No. But you're decidedly better at the quarterback position. Now, whether or not you can stop their run game and you can run the football, those are questions. But I don't know how healthy Chicago is with their front seven. I know they've gotten some defensive backfield. They're a little bit more healthy there. But there's a stretch where they were, like, calling people to go play linebacker for them. I don't know if they have 9 days to regroup, too, and see if they can get some of those guys back. But if they don't, I would think you'd be running play action and just pressuring, putting all kinds of different thoughts together on how to confuse that linebacking group. That would be in the top of my mind as a play caller if I'm Matt LaFleur.
Let's play some trivia. Jesse, I assume it's the sports weekend recap.
It is.
Tausch will get to choose the caller for our Iron Jock giveaway, which you know he loves. Could the record set by one Riley Yauk fall today?
That's later, though. That's
nope.
not the.
No,
I understand. I'm setting the stage for it. Thank you.
But it's going to be eerily close. It'll be very close.
The record remains 140, 140 in honor of the. What was that? It wasn't a jersey number. What was that for you when you got to Madison?
Number. My issue number.
They put that on a piece of athletic tape on your helmet.
No, I got it on a pair of my sweatpants. I kept it. No, I might that might be what I end up being buried in. Is those sweatpants? That'd be fun. The 140.
Well, that took a turn I wasn't quite ready for. We're not burying you anytime soon.
You brought it up. I didn't.
I don't think I brought up your burial.
You brought up. Okay. Jesse checked the tape. He did not. Okay.
Expedited review. He did not.
Jesse, what caller do you want for trivia?
17.
All right, caller 17 for trivia, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776, caller 17. I have no interest in going any further down the road of what Tausch would be buried in or what would be buried with him. I just know that he loves Coors Light, and he would definitely want everyone to enjoy one in his honor. Fair?
That is true. And that's fair, Jason. Whether you're tailgating pregame, celebrating life, enjoying your experience during the game, or just need a moment to chill, crack open at Rocky Mountain, cold Coors Light. Next week's going to be really fun when they're headed out to Golden, Colorado, where, of course, you should celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
Our celebration of life continues with trivia. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high limit room where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Try Helix Sleep's award-winning mattress, now at Steinhoffels, 20% off. Visit steinhoffels.com to learn more. Better sleep starts now.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yao. And just like that, the 2025 football season has come to an end for the Wisconsin Badgers. UW fell 17-7 at Minnesota in the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe to finish the season at 4-8. It's the second consecutive losing season under Luke Fickell and the Badgers' worst record since a 4-5-2 campaign in 1995.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my great friends at Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. It's the best time of the year. It's bourbon season. Weather outside getting a little chilly, but you can stay warm with a delicious glass of the Door County Distillery bourbon. Or check out Door County Distillery exclusives like their cherry bourbon and their bat bourbon. It's bat good. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
God, I love our music. Can't wait for our royalty-free Christmas music to make its debut a little later in the week. Before that, though, we need to play trivia, presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Purchase $30 worth of Cousin Subs gift cards this month and receive a certificate for a 7.5-inch sub. And by Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Let's welcome in our contestant. Didn't this guy, didn't he play last week too?
He did.
Oh, he's on a run. The great Jeff in Monroe. Jeff, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about you guys?
We're great. And don't forget, later in the program, since you already got your dialing fingers warmed up, make sure you get ready for our Iron Jock giveaway. They have been fantastic as partners, and the only thing more fantastic than our partnership are those lightweight hoodies. Tausch loves his, I love mine. And you will love yours if you win one.
Four-way stretch, baby.
I was telling Jesse on the phone call that you guys brought up Sam Oakey, and my mom grew up on a farm outside Cassville and worked for his grandfather at his locker plant as a bookkeeper.
Wow, small world.
Wow.
Do they swear a lot in Cassville, or is that a Bruce exclusive?
They're fairly colorful in their language, for sure.
Wow. Kind of like Brownsville. Colorful. Get it? Never mind. All right, let's play trivia.
Cassville's getting an awful rep on this show.
No, they're not. Come on. It's all in good fun.
No, they kind of are.
Question 1, Jeff.
Worse than McGuanago.
No, the amount of shade you throw at McGuanago is nothing close to what Cassville has endured, or the other way around. All right, question 1, Jeff, please.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll need some clarification from the big clarifier over there.
Jesse has thrown far more shade at McGuanago than we have at Cassville. That's what I meant to say. Question 1, Jeff. Which of these 5-loss college football teams qualified to play in its conference championship game? Was it Duke, Cincinnati, or whoever it is Lane Kiffin would leave them for a new job?
Could you repeat the question?
Sure, that was much clearer than what I had said about McGuanago, but let me do that again for you.
That is for sure.
Which of these 5-loss college football teams qualified to play in its conference championship game? Is that 5-loss college football team Duke, Cincinnati, or whoever it is Lane Kiffin would leave them for a new job?
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
I'll say Duke.
After all that, I'm really glad you didn't say Cincinnati. You're 1 for 1. Question 2. The San Francisco 49ers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Seattle Seahawks all won yesterday. With which of these unique point totals scored in their respective games? Is it 19, 26, or 33? And if I may briefly, Jesse, is this the total for both teams, or their point total as the winning team?
The point totals, the score for the winning team, which was the 49ers,
Can we get through a question without having to re-clarify? This has been a jumbled mess. I just want to say that. All right,
says the guy who doesn't have to ask any of them.
The 49ers, the Bills, and the Seahawks all scored the same score yesterday, and they all won their games. What score did they score?
That
4 score.
Clearer.
7
that
years
worse.
ago. You guys. Oh, boy. Jeff's
all right,
got his work.
Jeff. 49ers, Bills, and Seahawks all won their games. They all scored the same number of points in their wins. Was that total 19, 26, or 33 for each of them?
Could you repeat the... just kidding.
That was good. Well played. That was well done.
Fun.
Nice.
That's why Jeff's a hopper.
26.
Thank
D.
God.
Question 3. And there's no way in God's green earth we're not going to get through this without some sort of issue. The Bucs' 7-game losing streak finally came to an end this weekend with a victory over which opponent? Was it the New York Knickerbockers, the Brooklyn Nets, or the Washington Wizards?
Brooklyn.
And after all that,
perfect week.
It's a perfect week. Jeff, you got all 4 entries, buddy. We appreciate you. Thanks for playing.
Thanks a lot. I was just daydreaming about spending my childhood over in Cassville. That's why the first question I didn't catch.
Sure, yeah. Well, either that or you were daydreaming about the 4-way stretch of Iron Jock lightweight hoodies that you could win if you're caller 139 later in the program. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Love you guys.
All right, that is the end of the 10 o'clock hour. The 11 o'clock hour, which may or may not include a surprise appearance from the Badgers.
Oh, boy.
No, he's available, and you can call him whenever. Jesse, what? Why was that so hard?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it was that hard.
Well,
Which of these 5-loss college football teams qualified to play in its conference championship game?
I think the questions were a little convoluted, and I would know convoluted because I ask questions in press conferences that are often convoluted. The second one was bad. Point total implies the combined number of points.
He's got an obsession with scoregami type of deal. That's what that is. That's
exactly.
Trying to jam a scoregami where there ain't no scoregami.
I'm watching SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt last night. You think it's not weird that a bunch of teams won?
Why was Scott Van Pelt in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin?
Sitting on your couch watching SportsCenter.
You don't think it's weird?
Did he get to go through your freezer? Is Becca mad at him too?
Actually,
does Mo like him as much as Mo likes Tausch?
I did host, because we were snowed in on Saturday, I hosted the ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day pregame show for the Minnesota game from my house. And I thought, oh no, like we're going to make sure we're stationary this time and not doing any tours of anything. We made sure of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so everybody came to your house, including Scott Van Pelt.
Including Scott Van Pelt. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, but he didn't hop on the show. He was prepping.
All right. Well, unless we get Scott Van Pelt live from Jesse's basement as a guest, we do have the Badgers radio analyst scheduled to appear. That'll occur in the 11 o'clock hour, which will begin in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. Still celebrating the Packers' Thanksgiving Day victory over the Detroit Lions to improve to 8-3-1 on the season. If the season were to end today, the Packers would be a wild card team, though, in the NFC playoff picture, looking up at the number 1 seed Chicago Bears. What? Packers-Bears, no better time for the two rivals to meet than this Sunday at Lambeau Field. 3:25 kickoff with first place in the NFC North and potentially the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs at stake. Plenty to get you set for the game all week long here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. College football, no more Badgers football this season. They are done after a 17-7 loss in the regular season finale, losing Paul Bunyan's axe again to the rival Minnesota Golden Gophers. Plenty to react to at the conclusion of the regular season. The Barry Alvarez Show, live video streaming from 6 to 7 o'clock tonight on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. You can also listen to it on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. So I referenced this earlier, Tausch. Then we'll shift gears and we'll get our beloved guest to appear on the program, which I still haven't decided if I like this shtick or if it's corny. But before that, you said this in June and July, which you did. You also said it more recently after J.J. McCarthy came to town and stunk it up against the Packers and then apparently suffered a concussion late in the game. I was reading our friend Charles Robinson on Yahoo who wrote about this situation. The Minnesota Vikings underscoring the fact that even when you think you got your quarterback by drafting him 10th overall, if you're wrong or you play him earlier than he's ready after he spends a year on injured reserve, you better have a backup plan, because our guy Max yesterday was even worse than J.J. McCarthy was. Max Brosmer, the underhanded blind pick 6 for a touchdown, not great, Bob. He threw 4 picks in that game. And this is a team that, as you pointed out, had Sam Darnold, who was on the other team yesterday for them. They scored 26 points, in case you haven't heard. They had Daniel Jones, who is not Aaron Rodgers, but has still been pretty decent for the Indianapolis Colts. And, oh, by the way, they at least had internal conversations about Aaron Rodgers, who would be better off with the Vikings than he has been with the Steelers.
Maybe. We don't know that for sure.
Well, I don't know how much worse the Steelers think could be going than it is right now for him. So, what do you
got more wins than Minnesota's got.
true, but I think that they would have more wins if they had Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. But that's my opinion. That's a declarative statement by me. I'm curious, where do the Vikings go from here? Because they're going to have to play J.J. McCarthy the rest of the season. They definitely can't play old Maxey. So now what? They can't go into next season with this scenario, correct?
Well, first off, I don't care. If I'm looking at it big picture, they're going to have to.
You do, because you want them to be bad moving forward.
You're asking me to help them solve their problems. Why? Why would I help them solve their problems?
I guess.
I'm a BKW. Here's the deal. They're going to have to go and bring in competition for JJ. I think the idea of them drafting a quarterback again would be really idiotic. I think and this sounds crazy, but if they're going to keep rolling with J.J. McCarthy, I think they need to trade Jay Jettis to the New England Patriots for 2 first-round picks. That's what I think they need to do. Because they ain't winning nothing. They got a great wideout that is you're going to waste. You're going to be able to get some stuff and maybe grow, and you're going to have to go young again. Or you can go with let's hope Mac Jones is good. Or let's hope Daniel Jones, who, by the way, Indy is free-falling in a big way. Mm-hmm. You want him back? Maybe. Great. You'll be better, but you're not going to be next
Malik
level.
Willis?
That's what happens to old Packers. They go to Minnesota. I don't know. I actually think that would probably be a smart move, but I don't know if that's going to make Jay Jettis all that thrilled. So if I'm Minnesota, I look long and hard and I say, yeah, maybe we turn into more of a running football team. We're going to pay a wide out. If we can get 2 first-round picks for Jay Jettis, let's do it, and let's move it along. And I know that sounds crazy because he's a transformational talent. How transformational was he yesterday? Or how transformational was he when we were up at Lambeau? Didn't look that transformational to me. He looked miserable, and he looked like he didn't want to be – well, I'm not going to say he didn't want to be there. He looked miserable because great wideouts still need someone to get him the football. And right now Minnesota doesn't have that.
2 catches for 4 yards yesterday for Jay Jettis. He left without speaking to reporters. It's the first time in his 6-year career that he has not talked to the media after a game.
If I'm Elliott Wolf, I am getting on the horn with old boy up in Minnesota, and I don't know if he's going to keep his job. I don't know how that's all going to work. They've traded all their picks.
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah.
Yeah, it's a hard name to say. He traded a 4th and a 5th to get Adam Thielen, who's a healthy scratch.
Yeah, they just released him moments ago.
Hey, yikes. Am I right? And if I'm Elliott Wolf, I call and say, listen, man, we got a young stud quarterback. We love him. We want Jay Jettis. And we're willing to give you 2 firsts for him. Yeah, you can't obviously do it now. Trade deadline's on. But, yeah, league opens. Here's the deal. This is what we want to do. You good? And if I'm old boy from Minnesota, I'm saying, it pains me to do this, but it doesn't pay us to pay somebody $37 million a year and have nobody been able to get him the football. We need to reboot, and that's going to be the boot that it gets read.
Yeah, the only drawback to that plan for Kwesi is that someone else will be exercising those picks then, right? He will not be still the general manager.
That's why I'm not sure he'll make it through that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if he'd make that through.
All right, Tausch, I know that you're very excited for this, that we're going to do the Iron Jock contest, and you will have the opportunity to win not only the 4-way stretch of the lightweight hoodie, but other fabulous prizes. Because I know you're going to step aside because we're going to make a call to the Badgers radio network analyst. So before you give up the mic and go to the phones.
Well, no, he'll still be here. He's he's asking some questions.
True. I struggle to understand when it's the never mind. What caller would you like for our giveaway with Iron Jock?
Well, Jesse is all up on the number 26. He loves 26 for whatever reason. I'm all in on making sure our streamers have an opportunity to get one of these awesome lightweight hoodies from Iron Jock?
Mm-hmm.
Caller 126 for the new Iron Jock lightweight hoodie, 844-770-3776. Yeah, I've worn about every type of workout gear there is. Nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel built to fight sweat, odor, bacteria, and keeps you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. And Iron Jock has introduced those 4 new lightweight hoodies. They are world class. They keep you cool. They wick. And they got that beautiful 4-way stretch. If you're a little bigger and you're always trying, it just feels right. Go to ironjock.com to get your hoodie today. Again, that's ironjock.com. Again, caller 126 to win that new Iron Jock lightweight hoodie, 844-770-3776.
Caller 126, Jesse is working his way through those calls now.
You know, I do have to call a guest to join us next also. That doesn't help.
That's tough out there.
The Badgers radio network analyst joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you happy holidays that are merry and bright from the great team at Everlight Solar. 'Tis the season to take back control over your energy bill by making the switch to solar. My family and I, we trusted the team at Everlight Solar to help us make the switch. And from the very beginning, the awesome Everlight team helped educate us on all the benefits of switching to solar. As they explained things along the way, the process was super easy. Let Everlight Solar help you make the switch to solar energy. Join our family in creating a greener environment for ourselves and for our community. Save money and help save the planet by making the switch to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com. And happy holidays from the entire team at Everlight Solar.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
With this green and gold fix, I'm Jesse Nelson. The Green Bay Packers winners on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit, 31-24 over the Lions, sweeping Detroit in a season series for the first time since 2020. Jordan Love after the game on the significance of winning this divisional showdown.
You know, obviously we know what was at stake with this game, and obviously just with every division game we have. And, you know, in the NFC North, it's a tight race. There's a lot of good football teams in our division, so we got to come out here and handle business every time we get those ops. And, you know, you got to come in and win these games and try and control your own destiny by winning out.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At every meeting, at every new beginning, at every celebration, we make better happen. At Cousin Subs, better is more than just a word. It's a promise we serve at every party. Our customizable party boxes, box lunches, party chips, and dozen cookie boxes offer the options you need to please any crowd. Whatever the occasion, we will never settle for being just good enough. Order on our mobile app or online at cousinsubs.com. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The holidays are full of moments worth saving.
Family dinners, cozy nights, holiday parties that last all night. And Carbless makes every one of them better. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor, 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories and gluten-free. Carbless is the gift that keeps on giving. A guilt-free cocktail that never compromises on taste, turning every sip into a little celebration. This season, bring bliss to every holiday moment with Carbless. Full of flavor, no compromise.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Logistical issue. My understanding is that because Tausch asked for caller 126, when the Badgers radio network analyst called in for his appearance, he got a busy signal.
He wanted an Iron Jock hoodie. That's what he wanted.
Yes, I think he's already got one, but this is where we get into the space-time continuum.
Quick question.
And I get a little confused.
This is why we make show
Let's
sheets
say
that
Matt
have strategy and order to them.
He was going to be our guest, and he accidentally called in and is caller 126 without even knowing it. Would he win that hoodie?
He's not a employee of Good Karma Brands. Therefore makes him eligible to win the prize. He's a Wisconsin resident.
Yes, he is.
And he does not work for our company. He's not related directly to anyone who works for our company. So, yeah, he's eligible to win.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, and I want to be serious here. So, 120, it's just 2 minutes. So, do we need to slow down and get the little smaller numbers for Jesse so that it's not so much work? I just want to be fair.
No, I have expressed no grievance with the amount of callers that you have asked for. It is not the most.
That's not what I'm understanding from some higher ups at the company.
It is not the most. Well, I can fight my own battles, and I am not expressing any frustrations with the amount of callers that we're taking. My simple frustration is with when we now. In this case, the Badgers Radio Network analyst is a little more forgiving than any of our other potential guests that we could have, but we probably
I don't know about that.
We probably shouldn't ask for more than 100 callers doing a giveaway when we have a guest who's coming up in the next segment on the phone. That's not the most conducive scenario for us to be successful on the program.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility for this. I misread the show sheet. I heard Jesse get a little shot in there about how he plans the show sheet so specifically to avoid this. I'll be honest, I misread the show sheet. Now, do I also personally find our little shtick that we do with the Badgers radio analyst a little bit odd? I do. We could have easily done this segment with him just holding a phone up to his face.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That would have been pretty easy.
That's not. He doesn't join on video because he's not very good with technology, so we don't ask him to do that.
So do you put up put up like a billboard that shows him?
Yeah.
Because you made it sound like that was a huge ask too. Well, to have different billboards for different callers.
Again,
but for the Badgers radio analyst, you're willing to create one.
Comes back to how many
you know what I'm
callers we're
starting to
taking.
understand? I'm starting to understand. It doesn't matter what we're doing. There's going to be some semblance of complaining and or malfeasance that we're putting on poor little Jesse. So I'm gonna be more respectful. I'm gonna keep the call. It's gonna be down to single digits again. We'll just dumb it down and keep it back to single digits.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as it turns out, the way this played out has now resulted in the Badgers radio network analyst preempting Wonelli.
I hope he's not irritated that we had to adjust his time. He can get a little ornery sometimes. That's why we haven't had him on all year.
Is that why, or has it been the team's performance that has reduced the number of appearances?
Jason!
I didn't say why it was ornery.
I'm excited to talk to him. I'm excited for his insights on the Badgers' 4-8 season. So coming up next, instead of Wonelli, it is the Badgers Radio Network analyst. After I tell you about Gruber offices, one call, that's all. That's all we had to make was one call to the Badgers Radio Network analyst, but we couldn't do that because we took 126 calls for our Iron Jock giveaway. But there's only one call to make if you've been injured in an accident, and that is to David Gruber and his team at Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. We make one call to Mike Trouser? Or is that who you become when we have Mark Tauscher on the show? I don't even know how to keep track anymore. We'll talk Badgers football next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
This is Ricky, owner of Infinity Exteriors here in Madison. I've seen it too many times. Homeowners paying thousands too much for new windows. Big promises of premium installs that never deliver. Madison, you deserve better. At Infinity Exteriors, we're local experts for energy-efficient windows, roofing, and siding with transparent pricing and no gimmicks. Every project comes with a lifetime workmanship because we believe in doing it right. We're on a mission to save our communities from overpriced, unqualified window contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com, proud partner of your Madison Mallards.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, it's Bobby Stricker.
And I'm Izzy Stricker.
Golf is a pretty big deal for us, and we want to see it grow.
That's why we've teamed up with Good Lion Golf right here in Madison.
Good Lion is more than golf and more than fashion. It's golf apparel made for the course, but perfect for everyday life.
From hoodies and jackets to beanies and caps, it's a break from the same old clothes found in the pro shop.
Good Lion is designed right here in Madison and is built on community, creativity, and connection.
Check out goodliongolf.com and join the humble pride today.
That's goodliongolf.com.
This holiday season, gift more Badger action for less with Wisconsin Athletics Black Friday deals. Starting Tuesday, November 25th, lock in major savings on select men's basketball, men's hockey, women's basketball, and wrestling tickets until Monday, December 1st. From hard-fought games to can't-miss moments, give the gift of Wisconsin tradition and Badger pride. Visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to explore all Wisconsin Athletics Black Friday deals.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
We're on the Badgers.
This is where probably the program mindset has to change.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
What we probably have to do is ante up for unproven and bet on future success, not on past.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
You know what that music means, or maybe you don't. Joining us now on the line, he is the Badgers Radio Network analyst. He is Mark Tauscher. Mr. Tauscher, Mark, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure. I know you guys have a great show, and it's listened to by millions of people, and it's an honor for you guys to give me a call and let me come on your program.
Well, we certainly enjoy your work on the Badgers game. Some of us even, when we remember the game is on, sync up the audio from you and Matt LePay to the TV telecast. I'm curious, as an alumnus and as certainly someone who cares about the program, what was it like to see the Minnesota Golden Gophers keep Paul Bunyan's axe on Saturday?
Yeah. It stunk. It's always difficult to watch. It's a huge rivalry, obviously, and I give P.J. Fleck and Minnesota credit. They have been able to capture it now 5 out of 9 years, which is crazy because there was a stretch where it was not even really in question who was going to be carrying that axe. We had the little trophy case built, and so for a team that struggled the way we did in the month of October, and then to come out and play as competitive and as good a football, we were peaking, I thought, at the right time. The conditions up in Minnesota should have been beneficial to us. That was not the case. And give Minnesota credit, they did what they needed to do to keep the axe up there again and kind of put a little bit of a damper on what would have been a great 3-1 month of November for this team. So very disappointing walking out of there on Saturday.
What do you think the issues were from your analyst seat? Only 7 points. The defense can only do so much. What did you see from your analyst role?
So, Jason, are you asking from the season perspective or just on Saturday?
Well, both, really, but specifically Saturday.
I think you can put I think Saturday was actually a pretty good little microcosm of how this season went. Defensively, we were really good again, very limited with what Minnesota could do, much like it was for most of the season. And unfortunately, offensively, you need to make a few big plays. We did that against Illinois. We made a few plays. Obviously, Jackson Aker with a great touchdown, toe tapper, and the big play to Vinny Anthony before the half when we brought Hunter Simmons in to do it. But the offense we didn't have it. This year, it just was not there. Playing 4 quarterbacks and 4 and 5 tailbacks, and then mixing the entire offensive line other than Joe Brunner up after week 1. Way too much inconsistency with what this offense was trying to do. And I think, it's really difficult to give a big judgment on Grimes as the offensive coordinator because he had to continually maneuver and come up with different game plans and not knowing who was going to be available, and every week was different. So this season, it was offensively, we just weren't very good. And I think we ended up being the 135th out of 136 in scoring offense. And when you do that, your season's not going to go the way you hope.
Tausch, did you have any questions for Mark that you wanted to ask him?
Yeah, indeed. Tausch, I just want to say, man, I thought, obviously you have you're a big fan of the program, and was it difficult both doing the games having the struggles that this group had? How tough was it for you and Matt up in the booth doing that?
Yeah, great question, Tausch. I think, obviously it's much more enjoyable when, the team is, blowing people's doors off and you're winning games and you're competing for Big Ten championships. And, unfortunately this year it was a test the other way, and we were able to have some entertainment. We had Matt Davenport and Brooks Bollinger and Coach Kelly Sheffield joining us. We tried to keep it as light as we could, but it was a hard year because every week you went in knowing that the only way you're going to win at any type of level is if the defense played at an incredible level and kept a short field. So as the season was going on and some of the injuries were piling up, I think there was a kind of a thought that this was going to be the way to win. And, I give this team a lot of credit for hanging in there. Luke Fickell kept that locker room together, which in today's college football climate, very difficult to do. And they competed their tookuses off all the way until, that horn blew and the Minnesota fans stormed the field and did the jump around. So it was a little more challenging, no doubt, because I think Matt and I both prefer to, be exulting great things and, really being out there, but you have to call what is going on the field. And unfortunately this year is a little more negative than what we had hoped. Great question, really
talking with Badgers Radio Network analyst Mark Tauscher on Wilde and Tausch. Mark, I am curious now, though, after having seen this 4-8 season, and I think there were a lot of folks that were hopeful that after the wins over Washington and Illinois, that maybe there was a corner that had been turned. And winning the finale and regaining the axe would have certainly given an even more positive feelings heading into the offseason. What do you see now as the biggest challenge with the athletic director, Chris McIntosh, having come out and said that obviously Luke Fickell will be back next year? What are the challenges facing the program now from your perspective, Mark, as the radio analyst?
Yeah, Jason, first off, I was able to catch you and Tausch's interview with Chris McIntosh, and I thought you guys asked a lot of really good questions. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I thought Tausch was great in that one, yeah.
As far as what the big questions are, I mean, this is all about acquiring talent, figuring out how to do that. And obviously Mac, when he was talking to you guys, you talked about the increased investment and everything else, trying to procure more talent because you need to have more depth. And getting the quarterback position right and healthy, through 3 years, it has just been, you've not been able to play with your preferred quarterback for very much of the season, has made it very difficult. So I think you see what the vision is for Luke Fickell and with this team is going to be, you're going to be stout and tough. And what the biggest positive that I saw this year was they really got it right with the front seven, and especially when you put Cooper Catalano and Mason Posa in as your linebackers, that group was salty. And you add all of that depth. And last year when we did this, it was really, sad. The fact that Nebraska and Iowa and Minnesota were able to run the football down our throats was very humbling and something that was obviously unacceptable. We fixed that. I thought we got a lot better at getting in the backfield and for tackles for loss and for sacks. We've improved that, so that now needs to stand, and you obviously are going to have to go out and pick up a bunch of new players in the portal and through your recruiting class because a lot of those guys that were huge, they obviously are going to be gone. So it's a big job to do, and I think with the new resources that are going to be brought in, that should help, but that is going to be the starting point, and then obviously getting better on offense, more explosivity with whomever, if it's going to be wideouts, tight ends, tailbacks, and being a little bit stouter and a little bit better up front on a consistent basis. Just getting guys that you can play, get 5 guys together and let them grow together. That would be, I just mentioned a long list of things because there's a long list of things for this program to do to get back to where we want to be.
Badgers Radio Network analyst Mark Tauscher joining us on Wilde and Tausch. Jesse, did you have any questions for Mark?
Yeah, actually. So I was wondering, I've had the chance to host.
Can't use that angle.
Barb's biggest fan, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Tausch. Jason was talking over you.
Oh yeah, Jason was talking over you. That's a shocker. I heard that happens a lot on your guys' show.
Yeah, Tausch deals with that a lot.
Yeah, Jesse is. Well, go ahead. I was just going to say. Just wanted to say I saw a picture of you and Barb, and it's just great that you have such a long list of great fans supporting you on your show.
Well, appreciate that. Barb's awesome. And yeah, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We'll be back out there for the Barry Alvarez show again tonight from 6 to 7 o'clock on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Barry Alvarez has talked a lot this season about the opportunities for growth and some of the big wins down the stretch here that the team had. We really thought that there was some good momentum heading into this offseason. Looking ahead to next year, is there a metric that you or anyone around the team that you've talked to would set as kind of like, this is the expectation for 2026?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jesse. But, all of that to me right now is premature because we don't even know who's going to be on the roster. Now, you need to go and have a huge portal. Your portal needs to be really good. And, I think this year you saw more players brought in that were a little more impactful. Reiger off of the edge was a fantastic pickup. We're going to need some more of that. But we got to win more football games. All of the other stuff is great to hear. Love the fact that our academics are at where they're at, 94% graduation. All that stuff is fantastic. But the bottom line on this whole deal is winning games. And in the way this is going and with how the schedule lines up next year, you have to go out and win enough. You have to win games, and you have to do it the way you want to do it. And I think you saw a little taste of that at the end of this season. But offensively, it's just going to have to look a lot better and more consistent than what we saw this year.
Tausch, do you have any questions?
I got one last question, if I may. Yeah, one last question. Tausch, I just wanted to ask you to finish up about your crew and, how that went this season. And it looked like it was maybe a little bit cold up in Minnesota.
That's a great question. I do want to say thanks again. Matt is the best in the business. There's nobody better than him. And then you got Patrick Herb and Mike Heller and Dave McCann, who I don't think gets enough love. And he's been doing this 25 years, and I'm amazed. We get done with these games, and we do post-game, and buses are ready to get the heck out of Dodge. We get beat. He's got to do a little Tetris action to get all this stuff shoved in, and we got to get it down to the trucks before we can go. So I just wanted to give a shout-out to him. And then I wanted to ask you guys a question because I took a little heat. It was cold. I did not pack a jacket when I went up to Minnesota. I don't know why I didn't. I had a vest and a sweatshirt. It was freezing up there. Matt opens his window all the way to the top, and we have to duct tape it open. Well, Mike Heller on the other side opens his window about halfway. I can hear the game. I can see the game. I leave my window closed the complete way. And I took a lot of heat for being soft from the boys. You think that's a fair assessment, Jason?
Sounds like you needed a lot of heat, considering you didn't take a jacket.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
That's good. Tausch is good on that stuff. We should ask Tausch what he thinks.
Mark, I respect the work that you do, and I understand that you like to be a tough guy. Remember, you are a Packers Hall of Famer, and you would not wear sleeves in cold weather. I'm a little confused when you have such a great jacket as your Costanza jacket, and you have a great jacket like your rabbit fur jacket. I'm confused how someone with two great jackets would not actually wear one of his two great jackets, keeping in mind, unless you forgot that the Minnesota Gophers play in an outdoor stadium. They don't play in the old Metrodome, which was torn down, or in the new U.S. Bank Stadium, which is indoors. So did you forget where the Gophers play, and is that the reason why you didn't bring a jacket?
No, I knew it would be cold. I thought that the vest and the other clothes would be sufficed.
And you were wrong.
Unfortunately, the wind shoveled through and was blowing snow actually in our booth. We had maybe a half an inch of snow down by.
Is that
our
a concern
feet.
for speaking of Dave McCann and Matt and and the whole crew up there, Heller. Is that a concern from an electrical standpoint for your gear? And were they wrong to have been opening their windows instead of you being smart and keeping yours closed?
So you have to have a window open. Like, you have to hear the game. I agreed with that decision. I thought that was great. I don't necessarily love the way the wind was blowing wasn't ideal for us. But as far as the electrical stuff goes, Dave, I trust Dave. He knows what he's doing. But I do want to say, and I thought this was IPT, and I don't want to throw shade at any of our teammates on the broadcast. But if you're going to throw shade at me for keeping the window closed, which is fair, what I didn't love seeing, and it was not Matt LePay. Matt LePay soldiered on. He is a warrior. It might be somebody else that leaves a box full of those little heat packs where you put in your shoes and in your hands.
Yeah, the heat-up things, yeah.
They don't share any of them, and they leave the stuff just sitting there afterwards after they have besmirched me as the analyst to not opening my window. He's got a box full of heat packs that he's putting in his hands and in his earmuffs and everything else.
Was it Evan Cohen? Was Evan Cohen there?
Evan Cohen light. But yeah, that's where I thought that was a little bit IPT. But I digress. Again, great. We had a fun season. It was fun in the regards of the crew. Unfortunately, it was not fun on the field, and hopefully next year that will change. So thank you guys for having me on. I got to go. I'm getting in line for tomorrow's Iron Jock contest.
You can't show him on video when he's on the phone. It's the
It's a lot of bouncing
whole
around
thing
here.
of the shtick, man.
It's a good text from Josh, though.
Josh and Heartland. Mark, do you think it would be good for the UW program if Tausch did Badgers musical headlines for the 2026 season?
Didn't get that one in before he had to go.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's really too bad. Well, we thank Mark for joining us, and Tausch and I will wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today.
And just like that, the 2025 football season has come to an end for the Wisconsin Badgers. UW fell 17-7 at Minnesota in the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe to finish the season at 4-8. It's the second consecutive losing season under Luke Fickell and the Badgers' worst record since a 4-5-2 campaign in 1995.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Hey, it's Jim Rutledge, and if you're like me, you want to look good, feel good, and still enjoy life. That's why I go to Carbon World Health. Whether it's recovery after a long week, boosting energy, or getting your fitness dialed in, Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his team have you covered. And now, they've got a new med spa in Sun Prairie that has everything you need to look as good as you feel. Carbon World Health isn't just a gym, it's a total wellness experience. Visit carbonworldhealth.com to learn more.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by two of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Thanks again to the Badgers Radio Network analyst, Mark Tauscher. Tausch, I thought he had some insights there that were very good. I know we don't ask him to come on very often, and he hung up on us before we might have been done with him, but it was good to have him on. He was very insightful. We appreciate it.
Yeah, he was fun. He was fun.
Very complimentary of our show.
He was, yeah, big listener apparently. At least someone.
He wants that Iron Jock lightweight hoodie.
Yeah, sucking up.
I don't blame him.
All right, so he will. That's it for the Badgers football season. So we'll have to wait until spring ball to talk to the Badgers Radio Network analyst again. But tomorrow we will talk to Evan Cohen and Matt Bowen, our former Packer, former draft classmate of Mark Tauscher from ESPN, scheduled to join us as well. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcast.